don't, the claws.
I don't think she
hi?
wants to be here.
There we go. This is Dop for everyone who doesn't know. She's now 8 weeks old? 7 weeks old? Yeah, she's old now. And we have Brandi. Welcome, Brandi.
Woohoo!
Hello!
We decided to do a cat cam until you could join.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, you're
It
good.
was just gonna be a mini cat ASMR of Dop just going mew, mew, mew.
There you go,
Well,
sweetie.
I can leave again if you guys really want me to.
No. I think she's about to leave. She's considering jumping. Don't. You have so much to live for. Okay, then. But yes, hello everyone. We have Louise Experardi in the comments here. We got Bree, we got Brandi, we got my arrow tattoo, and we're good to go about the Siege of the North Part 1. How are you guys doing?
I've been tasked with technical issues all day. So, you know, the fact that I'm even here is a miracle.
Just told me it would like to be restart, which is weird because it's been off all day until recently. So I'll restart it when we're done here.
Sounds good. And if you drop out, we understand why. But yes, so fun development before we get started. Spirit of Halloween, which you can, in the United States at least, find in any corpse of an old store, has avatar tattoos, both the water application tattoos and stickers, which I'm just now realizing is in my hair, and that's gonna hurt to get out. But I'm the avatar. Yeah, so run to your local Spirit of Halloween because they also have Sokka and Korra and Zuko and Aang costumes for adults and kids.
That's amazing. It only
They're
took
expensive.
Not sponsored.
What, how many years? And we finally have costumes.
We're getting up on 20 some.
You know they can't call it.
Netflix really saved this show.
It really did.
Not that it needed to be saved, because like the people that knew about it. But Netflix just really made it mainstream.
I'm gonna try and find, because I took pictures and pictures and more pictures. So I'm gonna try and get these to ingest so I can show you guys how freaking cool they are. In the meantime, as is tradition on our channel, Brandi, do you have a description for this episode?
Oh, did you guys already read it?
No, we have not read it.
Oh wait, I should read the Netflix version. See, I'm also very tired, which everyone knows, and at this point is no longer an excuse, because life. Let me get actual Netflix pulled up because my internet provider logged me out of everything this weekend. That was fun.
Does anybody know when the show's actually leaving Netflix? Because I know it's supposed to go to Paramount.
I mean, it's already on Paramount. Isn't it?
I think you might
be right. They're doing both?
Yeah, but like eventually it'll leave.
Yeah.
Sad day when it does. But hey, one less subscription I have to have. So, The Siege of the North Part 1, which we are only doing Part 1 because, good heavens, we need sleep, and we already go 2 hours, and one episode that's only 22 minutes long, so, you know. But The Siege of the North Part 1, as described by Netflix, is, after hunting his prey halfway around the world, Admiral Zhao zeroes in on Aang's location and prepares to lay siege to the entire Northern Water tribe.
Okay, I feel like that one's but it's not that bad.
It's not bad, but like I don't know. Like the only thing that like stops me from being like, yes, this is it, is like the use of prey, and I don't know why.
That's what's bugging me.
True.
And maybe it's just like if they used prey and like Zuko is hunting his prey, like I feel like,
and I honestly thought it was gonna be about Zuko.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh no, we're talking about Zhao.
I can't do my facial expressions without crinkling my arrow.
Well, that's gonna be your challenge for today.
Apologies,
Try
but
and keep the arrow smoothed out as much as possible.
I just really hope. Oh, okay, she took it off. I would just hope she isn't allergic to the adhesive.
that's why I didn't do the water applicator.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't think I have a red line. Okay.
Ooh.
But yes, Brandi, do you have a description?
Okay, so my description is Zhao begins his assault of the Northern Water Tribe, but when his forces prove to be too much for them to be there. See, this is where I just really lose how to read. Here we try again.
You got this.
When Zhao there's no wind.
I want to know what your neighbors think.
My neighbors
You can do it, buddy.
probably just really dislike me on Wednesdays. That's what I imagine. Okay, here we go. Third time's a charm. Zhao begins his assault of the Northern Water Tribe, but when his forces prove to be too much to be defeated. See, I think I wrote this on my lunch break and I didn't look at it again, so that doesn't make any amount of English sense. Anyways.
I mean, do the Netflix descriptions make any amount of English sense, really?
Yeah.
Some of them have been a little weird.
Good point.
Alright, we'll try this again. Zhao begins his assault on the Northern Water Tribe when his forces prove to be too much for the Water Tribe to handle. Aang turns to the spirits for help, giving Zuko a chance to finally capture the Avatar.
See, I like yours because it brings in Zuko.
Yeah, I just need to work on the middle there. You
have the two ends. You just need that ice bridge.
This is why you always go back and look at your work and be like, that make no sense.
Roll with it. I like it. No, but it does leave out a big chunk of the episode with the Netflix description.
Yeah. True. Plus, I feel like I really glossed over a whole lot because much like last week's episode, this week's episode covers a lot. Mm-hmm. But then, at the same time, I'm not well, you should really get rid of that and expand, somewhere else. It is just jam-packed full of little things that just come together.
The amount of content that they pack into, I think this one was 24 minutes long. It's just ridiculous. Also, Hello, Tim's here. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Oh, yeah, no, I was having actually trouble trying to dig up pictures to talk about because there was just so much to pick from, and I only have so much desktop space. Because, I'm bad at management like that. But I figured one of the things that we could really start talking about, because this one was bothering me all week, the black snow. It's not how it works. It's not how it works.
It's not how it works on this planet, but it could be how it works on that planet.
This is true. You never know.
It doesn't. The lift caused by the smokestacks wouldn't be enough to cause precipitation and clouds and. That's the one part of the episode.
I don't really think that it's making. Fiction. I don't think it's making the snow. I think it's just turning the snow black, as it's falling.
Where did it go? I have.
Because it's like the smoke and stuff, so it could just be catching in the water, right?
Well, the thing is with the snow, it would probably form higher up than it would where the particulates are. So even if the snow is falling through the ground, I don't think the chimney smokestack would be so polluting that you could get that much black snow.
But he had a lot of ships.
Well, it's four ships.
He had a fleet.
And it looks cool.
Okay, yeah, it does. It does.
True.
Stop ruining my childhood with your science.
Story of my life. It's true though. But I gotta find wherever I put it. I have the picture of the fleet, and I'm failing already. But the amount of ships that they bring, not only I don't think it's enough to cause the black snow, but don't you guys think he would bring more ships?
I feel like he brought the majority of the Navy.
That's pathetic.
So like,
True.
but like, oh, go ahead, B.
As I say, you do kind of see like how many ships he has, but like there could have been like so many more that you just never seen.
Yeah, because like, don't they like just even continue on into like the horizon?
And I could be thinking about the second part of this episode as well. I'm forgetting that we're only doing the one, so it could just be you don't see the entirety of the fleet in this episode, and you'll see it next one.
Plus, like, they're only attacking this one city, and you know, even though it's like the capital of the Northern Water Tribe, it's still just.
There we go. See, I'm imagining this one. I'm just like, okay, that's 1, 2, 3, maybe 30 ships.
Yeah, but like there could be more to the left or the right, and there could even be like a whole nother row that you're not even really seeing in the horizon.
Ah, fair point.
Because like I feel like he has taken the majority of the ships that are in the Navy for the Fire Nation.
And Zhao probably buttered up to Ozai and was like, Ozai, can I have ships, please? And Ozai said, yes.
Hey, boo, I'm just here to take some ships. Well, speaking of the ships, that brings us to one of the many tie-ins that this episode has with previous episodes that we've already seen, because we actually get a glimpse as to how the ship in the Southern Water Tribe got to look the way that it did. Because apparently this is the Water Nation's trick to capturing ships.
I mean, it clearly is very effective.
Yeah, because like...
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, like, you know, just took like a handful of waterbenders to pretty much... I can't even think of the word.
Disable?
Sure, go with that word, Bree. Like, it didn't take very many waterbenders to disable this ship.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's pretty effective.
The whole fleet. It's gotta be like one flex. Boom. Okay, that ship's done. Boom, that ship's done. You got that ship, Becky?
Yeah, you just have Paku and Katara just out there, like one in Katara, one in Paku, and they just a giant ice wall, and all the ships are on it.
Exactly. You run them ashore. The military tactics in this episode are bugging me.
Well, and so this is like tying back to like, oh, he only brought 30 ships. I think that he has like at least 100 ships or so, and so yeah, like it doesn't seem like it takes very long for these waterbenders to do that to one ship, but I'm sure that it takes a lot of energy. So like, you know, just doing that one, you know.
Yeah, doing it to 100 or more probably wouldn't be.
Yeah. So plus like you have to leave some of your forces at the city in case one ship does make it to the land. So it's not like they're going to send everybody out. And
who's to say like the Fire Nations don't start blasting fire down the side of the ships, melting
precisely
the ice,
once the Fire
free,
Nation,
so like,
well, plus like once the Fire Nation sees that they can do this to their ship, they're going to change their tactics to prevent that from happening to future ships.
True.
So, you know, I think that there's just not a whole lot that we're seeing with the action wise, because we are like cutting back to like the story of you know, Sokka and stuff like that, because like Sokka, Katara are still like back at the border, and then you know, we're kind of like cutting in between like how Aang is trying to I love that.
This goofy little kid loves destruction.
Hey, yeah. So, you know, I think that there's a lot of this battle that we're not seeing.
Oh, we got a nice... story here from Louise X Sparrow. The episodes of the Northern Water Tribe are the ones I would catch on repeat before I started watching the series. And then the film that doesn't exist was based on. Nice touch. So they're both the reason I started watching the series and my least favorite rewatches. Oh,
that's kind of sad because it's a pretty decent like season finale.
Yeah, for like the action, this is definitely the most action-packed episode. This and the second one.
I was about to say, no.
I'm clumping them together again.
Which I really could have sworn Netflix did bundle these two together.
There's like one streaming service that has bundled them. I can't remember if it's Paramount Plus or Netflix.
Because I know like the series finale and I think season 2's finale are bundled.
Okay. That's going to be a long 2-hour bundle for the series finale.
The series finale is like, oh yeah, sorry, you did say 2 hours. Whew, it's been a long day over here, guys.
I feel like what we need to do is have like a sleep sesh where everyone just like conks out and we just have uninterrupted Avatar playing in the background, just ASMR.
We'll get Doff on the mic.
There's such a thing as Avatar ASMR?
I'm sure there is.
There are probably people that will roleplay as certain characters and do ASMR, yes.
Interesting. Oh, hello. No way. Okay, he was cuter in the preview. Oh, you're kind of cute.
Okay,
well, guys, I highly recommend
Katie is online dating.
ASMR. Yeah, check it out. Avatar ASMR
Katie,
is a really cute firebender.
It's not a dating app.
Hello. Oh, sorry. We were on a stream. But yeah. So we were talking about exhaustion and this goofy kid wrecking everything. I think this episode, I don't know about you guys, but for me, it really solidified Aang's guilt of not being there for his people.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
Like, the Southern Air Temple was sadness, and then you start to see him, like, accept it, and then this time he's like, I can't do anything. So, like, eventually he probably would realize, like, if I had stayed with the air nomads, I would have probably died with them.
Oh, that's a really good point.
That would be a huge, like, gut punch.
That or Gyatso would have tried his hardest and probably would have sent Aang on Appa and been like, get out of here. Go somewhere.
Run!
So I feel like regardless of if Aang had stayed, he would have had this guilt of either, well, clearly still leaving his people, but I feel like he would still have this guilt regardless.
That is a very interesting point. I've never thought of it like that.
Well, and then, like, here's the next thing. So, like, if Aang was at the air temple when they were attacked and Gyatso sent him away and either went with Aang or sent, like, another airbending master with him, Aang would have survived and would have been fighting the Fire Nation a lot sooner. So then, like, 100 years into the future, the war might not have continued.
Maybe.
Like, it would change so much.
The entire story is just different if you keep Aang at the Southern Air Temple.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think about. I'm glad it went in this direction. Like, sorry for the trauma, Aang, but we needed this story.
I'm so glad that we still had the genocide of the air nomads.
Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful story.
And the stream gets shut down. Also, shout out to Shadowcat, Mad Shadowcat, binged the entire series, impressive. But this actually would be a very good time to show you. Oh, wrong button. Come on, you can do it. It would be a very good time to show you the Avatar Aang costume that you can get at Spirit of Halloween.
Is that just a plastic mask?
I don't like the mask.
It comes with?
I don't.
It's not, you don't like him?
I just don't like the idea of the mask. Like,
He's
what?
A mug.
Like, just include the tattoos.
Yeah, so like.
See, that's where they get you. They make you spend more money. Because they're also going to be like, well, that weirdo's also going to want the bald cap.
Well, also, this doesn't really work for other ethnicities. Probably should have just gone with the bald cap and arrow.
It's just not good.
Bad plan. But
we could have done better.
If you don't want to wear the
they should have done it the season 3 kid with that little like cap thing. But again, that doesn't work for other ethnicities. But you know what I'm talking about? Like that weird little helmet thing.
It could have just been like not like so much an Aang costume, just like an Aaron. I mean, that'll work. Kind of. Just be the Blue Spirit, guys.
Yeah.
Infinitely cooler.
The Blue Spirit mask was incredible. Like, it was only $12, which for Blue Spirit mask online, that's pretty cheap. And it actually looked decent. Oh, so close to buying that. So close. And they also, one final thing before we hop back to the episode, they have his staff, next to Korra, of course, but they have an actual Aang staff for adults that I am tempted to buy just because I want to run around and like whack things with it. True child. And hey, Kylo Tim says
do it as a nutcracker, like Toph.
Yes. We have a black walnut tree outside of work. Just go around smacking it. Let out the stress.
You'd probably break it before you'd open the nut.
True. Although, what I could do is I could use that as a template, and I could make a hard, like, a walnut carved staff. It could work.
You could.
And messing around with time travel is not a good idea. If it's fun. Don't look like Aang. No. But you know what does look like Aang? Aang in the episode, because this dude is on a side quest and we meet a character. Did you either of you play the Avatar: The Last Airbender Game Boy Advance game?
No.
We meet the guy on the ship who has the hammers on chains.
Mm-hmm.
In the cartridge game, that is a glitch, so that you can get to him, but you cannot surpass his level because they wrote faulty code. So you can never beat that level with the guy with the chain hammers.
Terrible.
And I hate it. That part came up. I forgot it happened in this episode, and I just like screamed at my computer, like, yeah!
So we didn't play the Game Boy Advanced version of that game. We played the original Xbox.
Ooh.
And I don't think those games are apparently very drastically different.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
Like the story that happens like the original Xbox version has nothing to do with any of the seasons. Like it does like it's this own little like story arc in between season 1 and season 2. And it's just like
a very decent game.
It's still a very decent game.
All I've heard of is Boomy's lipstick or chapstick.
Yes. Yep.
Who am I to judge?
How could you forget?
Oh man. Yeah, I gotta end up playing that game. Where did you go? I had the perfect segue and it's gone. So here we're just gonna transition. We saw Aang. He's like, I can't take down all of these. We got Sokka, who we'll get to eventually because I got a theory. And we got Katara and Yue eventually adding in. But looking at this, this is the capital of the Northern Water Tribe, right?
Yes.
Because part of me was wondering in this episode, how do they know he was at this village and not another one in what I'm assuming is an archipelago of the Arctic?
I mean, or you could be me and just be like, that's the only village in the north for whatever reason.
It's not the only village, because in the Legend of Korra, we learned that I think his name is Yukon. He's from the Northern Water Tribe, but he's from a smaller village of the Northern Water Tribe. So we know that there's other tribes in the north, and I think that the answer to your question, Katie, is that Zhao knew that the Avatar would have to go to like the Northern Water Tribe to learn waterbending and stuff like that. But like Zhao's true intentions for this battle isn't necessarily to capture Aang. It's to solve the waterbender problem.
So elegantly put by him, saying, we're gonna wipe them all out.
Yeah, like he's basically trying to do what they did 100 years ago with the air nomads, and stuff like that. And like the Avatar being here is just like an added bonus.
That seems like too good to be true, and I feel like Zhao wouldn't be stupid enough to fall for that, but also at the same time he would be.
What do you mean, like too stupid?
Like if the Avatar is going to the Northern Water Tribe, you know the Southern Water Tribe's decimated. Apparently they haven't had contact with the Northern Water Tribe for about 70 years because that's when they got the uniforms, or what was it, 86? Something like that.
85 or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and so he has no idea how many waterbenders are up there. Plus, the Avatar is there. Like, you could be walking into a massive army. I just feel like that'd be a dumb move to go in blind.
No, so like obviously the Northern Water Tribe hasn't necessarily done anything with like the war or anything. Like they haven't, made any offensive moves or anything.
They have
but
stayed out of it for the majority.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that the Fire Nation doesn't use spies to enter in these cities or anything like that. Like the Fire Nation could very well still be using certain tactics to keep an eye on the Northern Water Tribe to make sure that they don't become a bigger problem, even though the majority of the fighting is done in the Earth Kingdom.
He does look like a guy who would go for spies.
Oh, like 100%.
For sure.
And we got a little babushka Iroh over here, just chilling on deck. As Zhao literally, he's just like, we're gonna kill them all. Execute Order 66. Like, this is when he transitions from, you're a pain in the butt, but you're more competent than Zuko at this point, to you're a genuine
whoa. Okay, let's just, like, do not say he's more competent than Zuko. Like,
I don't know. Clearly, Zuko, in this episode, we see how smart Zuko is.
Yeah, and like,
true.
I think the thing with Zuko is, and I feel this because I deal with this daily in my own life, the man just has bad luck. like the universe just does not give him a break.
He was lucky to be born.
Precisely.
Oh.
So I feel like, and like Zuko, just doesn't have as many resources, which means that he has to, kind of like think outside the box a little bit more. But Zhao, maybe life isn't so lucky for him either, but like he has the resources to be like, oh well, I don't need good fortune. I can just, I don't know, throw a fireball from like, my 75 plus soldiers that I have with me today, like.
Yeah, makes sense. Although Zhao did manage to capture Aang without Aang actually willingly giving himself up.
Precisely. Like Zhao really has been one of the only people to capture the Avatar. And it really wasn't even Zhao. It was the archers.
Yep.
Why didn't they come back?
It's just Zhao is gonna take the credit every day of his life, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Totally. But so with this, you got Zhao, you got Iroh, and then you find out, well, Zuko has an idea. We don't know what the idea is because Zuko doesn't know what the idea is either. If you guys were Zuko, what would you do to manage to sneak off of the ship and get into the Northern Water Tribe? Because I feel like there's an easy way and then there's the Zuko way.
I don't know. I feel like I probably would have stuck with like the foot soldiers or whatever, and then break off from there.
Wait until you land. Exactly. Brandi, what do you say?
I was just like thinking about what like Brianna's idea. So like if he goes in with the foot soldiers, he's gonna be on like the front lines.
Yeah.
And it's not like he would have to like break away from the front lines, ditch the Fire Nation uniform, and then like sneak through the city trying to like he doesn't even really know where Aang is. So yeah, like Zuko's way was incredibly hard and maybe not like the smartest, but I still don't think that I would go in with the foot soldiers because you see like the waterbenders taking out whole ships, and then like let's say you do make it to shore, you're gonna have even more waterbenders.
Shadowcat has an idea. Go with the second wave.
Yeah, but what if they're just like, I don't know who this new guy is, and they for some reason hate Zuko, and they send him off anyways, because that would probably happen to Zuko.
Hazing, yeah, with his luck, probably. I think for me, I would go because I just don't like cold water. I would risk being killed by a waterbender than killed by the ocean.
I feel like the way Zuko did it is probably for the better.
Yeah. I want to know if the writers had alternate ways of getting him on, and they just were like, this one has sea lion turtles. Let's go with this one.
Well, and I think like the way that he does it, like visually, it's just telling you a story that like this whole journey of him trying to get the Avatar hasn't been easy, and Zuko is willing to die to get the Avatar.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like the way that he does it is even just like telling the story and telling the audience how much he is willing to put his own life.
True, he goes to ludicrous levels in order to achieve what he wants.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I was looking for another link because I wanted to find a Zuko's photo that apparently I deleted, but someone has done the math for us. Apparently, in this photo, there are 121 ships.
Okay, there we go.
Wow. Good for whoever sat there and counted all those pixels.
Bravo!
We love you. Again, like, who's to say that there aren't more ships going into that horizon?
And it could be, like, there's, hundreds of more that are, like, a day behind them.
Plus,
there could be secondaries coming in.
If you disable the main ship, like, obviously they have smaller ships to get to shore, and who's to say that, a firebender just won't swim to land or whatever, like.
Yeah, that also proves a very good point. How many soldiers are per ship? Because that could be like a couple 100,000 like soldiers right there that would somehow like tooth and nail fight to get onto shore to take that capital.
And they still lost to a kid. Oh goodness. I love cartoon logic. So thank you to whoever did that on Tumblr, because y'all saved me some time. I was getting to count those after the show.
Oh no.
Because who needs to go to bed when you can count Fire Navy ships? But we also, aside from just, Fire Nation tactics and skill and cunningness in this episode, we learn a lot about the bending itself. You rise with the moon, I rise with the sun. Beautiful. There's the one thing in this universe that made sense to me as a child. And I was like, yeah, water, moon, sun, fire, it works.
And then you have earth and you have air, and they're just there already.
Yeah.
They don't need an external celestial body. They're just there.
True. Although I guess maybe like Mars could play a role in earthbending. Like that could be the next Avatar series, Avatar in Space.
Yeah, people have already like theorized
had that discussion before.
Oh, well, like the original, like drawing of Aang was like futuristic sci-fi, so
Yeah.
that'd be cool. But yeah, so you guys are chill with the whole explanation here. You rise with the moon, I rise with the sun.
Yeah, like I'm not mad at it. The only thing that like
yeah.
that makes me like gets me upset is that like okay, but like why doesn't air have something like that, or why doesn't Earth? And like
See,
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
looking at it like this is like a cringy, like I'm 14, this is deep type of saying. That's the only thing I have wrong with it.
Now I have a theory that could explain why air does not have like a celestial body and Earth. Because one, the Earth is the Earth. It's its own planet. And that's why earthbenders are so grounded. They're on their element. Then you get the waterbenders who, you know, they have the moon with the tides and everything, firebenders with the sun and the heat. Meteorologically speaking, sunshine, water, and earth are the whole reason our atmosphere and the winds in it move the way that they do. It's called the Hadley circulation. And it causes us to have the cold poles and the warm tropics. And it's all a result of the mixing of sunshine warming up land faster than it does water. And those differences in temperature create wind barriers, and the wind barriers are blown across the earth. And so that's why the air nomads are such earthly people, is they just travel around enjoying all the elements and making one of their own.
I suppose I'm not going to argue with the science because I physically can't. The only thing that I'm going to say is
You have
Toph
found
can
Brandy's one weakness.
Yes, it's science. The only thing that I'm going to say is Toph is later seen in the series bending a meteorite. So it doesn't have to be Earth. Like it can be any mineral.
Oh, good point.
So then by your definition of like how this works, if the next Avatar series, or if we get an Avatar series that is in space, earthbenders should by that definition be weaker in space. Like they should be weaker on Mars than they are on Earth.
Fair point. Oh,
and
darn
like
it.
the further they get away from Earth, the weaker they get.
Oh. Well, hey, every element has its weakness, so yeah. Also, I love the hydrophobic reference for firebenders that hate water. Oh, gosh. But, you know, we also, in this episode, we get to see how much Katara has grown as far as being a waterbender.
That was my next question. How
your hair perfectly matches her loopies too. Like I just realized, Brie, your hair is beautiful.
Well, I think she's Yue.
Yeah, Yue.
But how long has the game been in the northern?
I'm not
Because, like,
sure.
has it been a few weeks? Has it been a few days? Like, how quickly has Katara advanced?
We know that at the end of the Waterbending Master, so the episode that came before this, Zhao was already leaving and like heading towards the Northern Water Tribe. So I'm gonna say that it is at most like a week, because I think he was probably on the northern part of the Earth Kingdom. Plus, we do know that this planet that this universe takes place on is a lot smaller than our own. So I don't think it's going to take too long for Zhao to get up there.
Okay. Let me see if I can find it in the episodes. Avatar Wiki, definitely amazing. And Avatar Extras.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. No, they don't list how long they've been there. I'd probably go with like a week to 2 weeks.
2 weeks seems too long. Like, it feels like at most it could be like a week.
Now,
maybe like a week and a half.
Leaving Fire Nation territory with the ships. I mean, they had a fleet, so they probably weren't having to meet up with anyone.
No.
Yeah, because he had already gathered like all of his forces.
Okay, well, this is going in the book because it's gonna bother me. I need to know, how long were they in the Northern Water Tribe before Zhao attacked?
Because it's impressive if Katara were able to get the rank of master that quickly.
Well, she doesn't get the rank of master in this episode, though. She won't actually get that until the beginning of season 2.
No, she gets it next episode.
She gets it next episode.
She gets it next episode.
Well, I didn't watch the next episode, so I don't know. And it's been a hot moment since I've done it.
Yeah.
So
and so like the 2 episodes are like days together. So yeah, she probably got it in a week's time, which is very impressive.
That's insanely impressive.
And then Aang was over there making his little snow donut.
do you know, like, that was the one thing that I wanted to do in my life, is make a freaking snow donut. And if you remember, Brianna, when growing up,
I think
when we had like a major snowstorm, which wasn't very often where we lived, I tried it and failed miserably. But did I have the time of my life? Yes, I did.
Nice.
No, I also remember you were in the living room, not the living room, like the family room, the den area. We put like a small pillow around you. That way you kind of knew like the circular shape.
Yeah.
And Brandi legit did it.
I did.
Oh my gosh.
She did a couple rotations before she was like, no, I can't do it.
That's impressive.
Again, the time of my life. If you have not done it, please do it.
I don't know if we have any videos of that, but
I don't think
I'm going to be spinning around my living room after this.
You have to laugh methodically too. Like, you have to like embrace your inner Aang.
I don't think that was an Aang laugh. I could just go and buy the costume and then just do it. That would be more authentic.
I think we found your next TikTok.
Right, that's a TikTok video right there.
Well, we also have Shadowcat explaining the fleet could have been underway when Admiral Zhao was picking up Uncle Iroh. So that would make sense that they were rendezvousing with the fleet. That would save time. Interesting. Yeah. Speaking of time, boy, did they get saved by the moon so that they could have a little bit of time to prepare. I love the subtle hints, because I think everyone watching knows what happens with Yue. Just like the subtle hints of her connection to the moon is just light, delicate little sprinkles on top.
Brandi,
that's what people in the biz call foreshadowing.
Yes.
Do you remember when you were like first watching the original run of the show, like Yue's connection to the moon being like a surprise, like I didn't pick that up or something?
No, so like I don't think there's very many clues for you to be like, oh, like she's connected to the moon. I think like really the only thing is she has white hair when everybody else has darker hair. But like I can't say that I was spending too much time trying to like answer the question, why is her hair white? Like I was just like, maybe they did it for design wise or whatever. But like when you learn later on in like the next episode that she has like this connection to the moon, I was just like, sweet, cool, awesome.
Makes sense. Onward and upward.
Yeah. So I feel like it wasn't like it's a major plot point, but it's not one of those where they leave too many trails to like figure out that this is what's going to happen, because so much
is already happening.
Yeah. And then like it really doesn't leave you a whole lot of time to like sit and ponder, because it's just like, oh, we're on to the next thing, and then you're just like, oh, well, this is the explanation. So like it's a part of the story that I like, and I think that it all comes together really well, but I just don't think that it leaves much room to be like, I totally saw that coming. So
Yeah. It's one of those things where you go back, you watch it, and you're like, okay, I see what you were trying to set up, but it was not like straight up there.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, like not everything in a story like you have to like spell out for everybody. So, you know, I think so long as you make like the big twist kind of work within their own rules of the universe, like you're fine. This is also like the perfect shade photo.
Yes.
Oh, my favorite.
I loved this, just amazing. I feel that vibe. I give this look to the news, like when we watch it on television during our morning show and we have to listen to the stories. I do that shade to every criminal in Siouxland. I'm just like, you really got caught for that. But what do you guys think about this power team? Because this is like the first matchup where Katara has someone like a gal pal, if you will. Suki was more of Sokka's friend.
If for whatever reason Sokka did something so stupid, he would have both of their butts on his butt. Like, it'd be game over. Like, Sokka, I'm sorry to say, Sokka died.
Yeah.
Because
wasted.
he peeved off these two ladies.
No, Sokka dies. They get mad at him for dying. They resurrect him just to kill him again.
Yeah.
Yeah, Katara heals him again, and then game over.
I can see that happening. But I wish we would have seen more of these two. Because as far as we know, Yue's not a bender, right?
I don't think she is.
You know, well, like, here's the thing that, like...
But I feel like she should be.
Yeah, like...
water spirit.
Yeah. Like, it feels like she should be a bender, and if she is a bender, then she was only allowed to learn healing. And so, like, she doesn't know how to fight because that's just the water tribe tradition, like the Northern Water Tribe tradition. So we don't ever see her heal, which is the only thing that she really would have been taught to do. So it remains to be untold.
She has to, right? Like,
or I mean,
you can't be tied to the moon spirit and not know how to waterbend.
Yeah, but like it also could be like, yeah, she's tied to the moon spirit, which gives her life, and so like just that just that little bit is what gives her life, and so like she isn't a waterbender because
we already did enough for you, kid. You're on your own.
Yeah, like she either needed who knows? Who cares? I actually really don't.
Really?
Yeah, like I don't really need to know like if she's a bender or if she's not, because
just like this is the first, like, if you type into Google was Yue a waterbender, it like auto-populates, so you don't have to click into the wiki. It says, although she did not possess any water-bending abilities during her life, Yue took over the moon's spirit abilities and became a waterbender capable of avatar-level techniques. She can generate massive tidal waves, enlarging Aang's own in order to safely carry him to shore. So, when she became the moon, she became a waterbender.
Yes.
We could transition.
Hey. That's like dying as Batman and waking up as Superman.
Yeah, well, yeah. New power's still super. But we get to see them. They're in the spirit oasis. The fact that it was warmer in there kind of ticked me off. I was just like, okay, fine. We're just gonna make it so that it's spiritual energy. It's nice and toasty. But the fact that they have a spiritual spot, because you don't see that in Kyoshi, you don't see that in the other villages they've been to. There's a designated spirit spot. I want one of those in my town.
Well, could the spirit spots only be central to like the capital, like what's most important to that nation?
Well, like I mean, we have like a kind of like a spirit spot, like in the Fire Nation with like the Sun Warriors.
Oh yeah.
And then like we have spiritual places in like the Western Air Temple, which is like
And
where
then I would also
Avatar.
argue that place where Roku's temple was.
Oh, the
Mhm.
island.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like
Hmm.
a lot of like sometimes a lot of the spiritual connections are kind of like where like the past avatars kind of like laid home. So like in the Western Air Temple, that's where Avatar Yin Chin came from, and so that's why like that was regarded as one of the most spiritual temples because like that's where she spent the majority of her time, and like she had a really nice connection there. And then again with Roku, like on his island, maybe there's a nice spiritual connection there. There's also, I can't remember, but in the Kyoshi books, I think there might be another spot, but I'm not sure.
I'll have to look that up because that'd be cool if it was connected. Like this was the Avatar's old house, and or he, like the Avatar spent a lot of time here, and so the spiritual energy rubbed off.
Well, wasn't the water avatar before Aang? Didn't he come from the northern?
Yes.
I don't remember his name.
Avatar Keurig.
Yeah, I knew it started with a K. It sounded like Keurig.
I feel like I don't pronounce it correctly.
Kuruk?
Keurig?
Close enough for me.
Yep.
You know who we're talking about, so it works. We for this episode we get to see the spiritual place and spoiler alert the spirits and Aang actually tries to go into the Avatar state and succeeds.
Yeah,
That's a pretty big leap for a kid who just popped out of the ice.
Well, I mean, he'd been to the spirit world before. It's just like he did it during.
He actually triggered it himself instead
Yeah.
of his body being like, "Oh no."
Yeah, and this is one thing that I want to ask, and I was going to ask earlier, but we kind of moved on. Why do you guys think he didn't just go into the Avatar state when he was fighting all the ships earlier?
I think it was just because his body wasn't in that oh no like fight or flight thing. Like
He
Appa
was
came to bail him
confident.
out. I think if Appa didn't come to bail him out, then maybe his body would have triggered it. But to me, this is like the first time Aang actively tried to enter the spirit world.
Yeah, I feel like on the ships he was so confident, he knew his own abilities, he was hopping around getting everything done just with his own skill and not even all that much used from it. He just like stuck stuff in gears. It was great. So, yeah, this one felt different because now they're seeing desperation and he realizes that probably even in the Avatar state it would take so much more to take down that fleet. So,
Yeah.
why not get the spirits?
And you can clearly see that he wasn't even thinking about entering the spirit world until Yue mentioned like the spirits and stuff. And then like he had that light bulb moment of, oh yeah, I can totally do this.
Well, and it was like she was talking about like the moon again, and then Guitar was like, "Oh yeah, I guess I haven't really noticed that my water bending is stronger, or I have noticed that my water bending is stronger at night." And then he was just like, "The spirit."
Yeah. So
chaos.
yeah.
No, I like that they tried to introduce, Aang might be able to control this because at this point we're seeing it tied to his emotions, like fight or flight or emotional rage.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're dropping the hint that hey, he might be able to control this cool power. You might want to stick around for season 2. Which yeah, oh my gosh, that episode. trying to induce the Avatar state. Not a good idea. Also not a good idea, messing with love. This dude.
Okay, the thing isn't so much messing with love. It's more along the facts of just being like a complete jerk around Sokka.
True. This guy.
Our sweet boy did not deserve it.
He did not. I would have
Also,
busted that stupid Northern Water Tribe.
I don't remember his name, but he actually calls. I think so, but he actually calls Sokka Soka.
Yes. Oh, M. Night Shyamalan, it was all you.
So I feel like M. Night was watching it with his daughter, because isn't that why he wanted to make it? Because like his daughter really liked it, and he only heard Soka instead of Sokka, and he ran with it.
That could be a viable explanation for all we know. No, poor Sokka. He deserves so much better.
Yue deserves better.
They both deserve each other for being better. Like, we see the chemistry. Clearly, this is the one part of the episode I genuinely did not like. We see her off and on again, and just confusing our boy. Like, oh, Sokka, we can't see each other, but we're friends. Okay, let me go up into the sky on your flying bison. Oh, let's kiss. No, wait, I'm sorry. I can't see you. Like,
okay, here's the thing. Yeah, like
we also have to remember, like, Yue has to be like around the same age as Sokka, so she's young too.
Yeah, but like, you also have to like think about it this way. So, like, yeah, I like. Sokka knows that she is engaged, and so like Sokka is also like eventually going to leave the Northern Water Tribe. So I feel like they hung out like they were just like it came like they together came to the conclusion that, well, you're engaged, so we won't do anything romantic, but like, you know, we could still just like hang out if you want. And then like they both liked each other, so they're like, okay, yeah, we'll just hang out. And then you know, when two people like each other, sometimes it just leads to a kiss, but you know, maybe not a kiss because you're engaged, and yeah, like it's awkward, but you know, they're also teenagers, and this is like a summer thing, even though it's the end of winter.
It's a winter fling.
Yeah, it's a winter break fling.
Yeah.
Oh, those happen so fast.
The Fire Nation's attacking. Want to make out? Like, that's, yeah.
I know this spirit spot. They won't bother us.
Yeah, no one ever goes in there. It's real nice and warm. Let's head over. Come on. Only to have Aang in his blue spirit layer, not blue spirit, Avatar state mode. You just see the glowing eyes. Okay, this is occupied.
But yeah, I feel like we can't put the blame all on Yue because Sokka was also there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He kept flirting with her even though he knew.
And Sokka was not gonna uphold that bro code, but he eventually did.
Oh, I would have, like I said, I would have punched this guy in the nose, kicked him in the crotch, and then thrown him off the Water Tribe Bridge. I don't like him.
Part of that gets fulfilled.
Well, you know. And it does feel good rooting for the bad guy, not so much. But still, it's like, there's gross guys everywhere. But why him? Why does he get to marry Yue of all the prospective bachelors in the Northern Water Tribe?
I think he's probably the son of some
I'm gonna say
army official or something. So like Yue is the chief's daughter, and he is just the son of some military official.
Yeah.
Lucky him.
Or he's the son of like another tribe somewhere, or like who knows.
Yeah, it could be more one of those territorial weddings where you come to merge the villages together. Also, hi Rapunzel! And Shadow Cat agrees, kick to the nuts first. I like it. It's our only defense or only attack. But yes, so we get to see the evolution here of Sokka going from kind of jealous boyfriend to protector. And that's when I started to realize when he's like, I would like you to protect my daughter, Princess Yue. It's like, oh crap, something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. That was the foreshadowing for me.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess so.
I didn't get any of that. You guys froze.
Oh
no! I just now came back in.
Yeah. Well, Rapunzel apparently picked up on it. Shyamalan was a fan of this guy. He used Han's pronunciations. Admiral Zhou. Ugh. Yeah.
Can we also just acknowledge the fact that Sokka, when he was describing Admiral Zhao, he said, "Big temper, even bigger sideburns."
Yeah.
You can't not ignore those sideburns.
Those
command the room when they enter.
There is no
and
other
then Zhao
perfect
just
description.
happens to be behind them.
His sideburns played the trumpets overture for his entrance.
Exactly. Yes. Like when he breaks into the threshold, the sideburns come in first, and then a few seconds later, Zhao.
Well, then you got Sokka. It's just like I'm gonna go take a Sokka in the tub. Like it sounds like a Minnesotan version of a hot tub bath. I can't get behind it.
That was perfect.
That was
tiny perfect. little circle that bops up around Zhao when you laugh, Brandi, is hilarious. Oh gosh. Yes. So we get to cover all sides of the gang here. They all kind of have their own mission. Even Zuko and Zhao and everyone has their own thing. We get to see it all come together, part 2. Ooh. I'm glad they made this into a two-parter.
Oh yeah, would have been insane trying to figure all this out in one.
Yeah. It would have been so rushed. And that's what I think television lacks these days, is they think either everything has to be a two-parter, or you don't even you gotta all get it all in one, because then you never know if the audience is going to come back and tune in for the second part. It's like, come on, guys, give your episodes time to breathe.
Really, I feel like the opposite is happening. Like they take too long.
Yeah.
To tell the story. Like the story could be told in 10 episodes, but they're telling it in 22, and you have all this filler, and I'm like, I'm not even using the CW shows as base, even though they are the worst offenders.
Yeah, I guess it really depends on who's writing it and what network, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm wondering if Babylon 5 is something like that, because I haven't seen it, but I'm aiming to watch it eventually. I'm currently on Jodie Whittaker's most current season on my rewatch. So
I mean, Shadowcat kept up their end of the deal. They freaking world record speed run Avatar Anchor, and you haven't even watched Babylon 5.
I need to at least watch the pilot, because Shadowcat, they're just they came to the task and they totally succeeded. Also, hello, it's JJ. Thank you so much for dropping by to say hi. I love it when people just drop by and say hi. It's so nice. But this episode really sets things up. It puts the ball on the tee, getting ready to kick off, for those of you who are American football fans. And then we have to wait another week to talk about part 2. But is there anything else in this episode that you two would like to talk about?
I was just gonna say, that little conversation of Iroh before Zuko leaves the ship on that little boat. I feel like that really sets up the next episode with Zuko and Aang really well as well.
Yes, I gotta find the image for it. Because, yeah, it does. You find out ever since what happened to his son, he's treated him like one of his own. Up to this point, did we know what happened to Iroh's son? Did we know he had a son?
Ooh,
I don't know.
don't think you do, because I do have like this faint memory of watching this and being like, he had a son,
Yeah.
and being like, that's so sad.
Like,
I
emphasis
feel
on
like that
had.
might be the introduction of Iroh having a kid. Yeah.
Let me go to Avatar Extras and find out. Because this, oh, they only do it as a one, or they do it all in one.
Ooh, good luck.
Yikes.
I think that this scene is really like it does so much for their relationship. Because like Zuko just survived like his own basically, like he just survived like an assassination attempt.
Yeah.
And like here Iroh is just wanting to protect Zuko, but like can't really go along with him or anything. Like he has to stay with the Zhao. So he's just like, cover your ears. And
and I bet you Iroh really hated that, because like he probably let his son go, and then what happened. So I bet you ever since Iroh started like looking after Zuko, he probably like swore to like always be with him.
Mm-hmm.
Just this one freeze frame. Just you can feel the pain.
And I think like this is also maybe one of the very few times that you see Zuko kind of like show the same kind of like emotion and love towards Iroh. Because a lot of times Iroh is just like, you know, come play music night, and Zuko's just being like an angsty teen, and we're like, well, we love you for all of your angst. And then like here they are having like this
play
great
the
moment.
Sugi horn with your uncle.
Yeah, and then here we have like this really great moment of, you know, Iroh being, you know, remember your breath of fire, and you know, remember this and do this, and Zuko being like, yeah, no, that good point. Yeah, okay, I will. Mm-hmm. I know. Okay, like he seems very sincere and not very annoyed.
He's like, all right, it'll be fine.
Yeah,
we're good. It's like when I tell my mom and dad when they leave, like, okay, guys, it'll be fine. I'll see you in a month. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Like, he's trying to comfort him almost.
Who knows, like, if Zuko would have remembered all that stuff had Iroh not, like, quickly separated from Zhao and, like, gone and seen Zuko.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Because Zuko is probably, his brain is thinking, like, 5 steps ahead of him. Like, oh, I gotta get the Avatar and then all this. But, like, he needs to come back 4 steps and remember all of the stuff that Iroh did come in and tell him, which was helpful.
Well, and apparently, according to Avatar Extras, the Breath of Fire is a very little known firebending technique, which goes to play off of the dragon, or the training from the Sun Warriors and the dragons that Iroh has. It would make sense that if you don't have that formal training, you wouldn't necessarily think, I'm going to make my own fire out of my mouth.
Like, well, and I actually had like a theory about the Breath of Fire.
Ooh, segue.
So the theory is that it's another one that Iroh came up with. So like Iroh invented lightning redirection by studying waterbenders. So he came up with the idea of Breath of Fire regulating one's body temperature by reading about how airbenders regulate their own body temperature. Which if you guys don't know, Aang regulates his body temperature through airbending, which is why he isn't in on like a parka or wearing any more clothes in the northern water tribe than he would just walking around in the Earth Kingdom.
That is such a cool little detail.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like only with this show would you have an explanation as to why Aang doesn't have a parka.
Yeah. We didn't want to add to the animation budget, so we just kind of ex machina'd our way through this.
What a fantastic one.
But
one that makes sense.
Rapunzel brings up a good point. Zuko saying, "I don't need your wisdom now, Uncle," broke my heart a little. It also foreshadows that Zuko's plan won't work. We all need Uncle Iroh's wisdom. And it is such a change, too, from season 1 to season 3. From saying, "I don't need your wisdom, Uncle," to seeking it out.
Yeah, I mean, this is just like, the journey that Zuko is taking.
Zuko's hero journey. Ah, love it. But also this scene wrecks me. Was there anything else we should talk about?
No, I think that's all that I kind of had.
Awesome. Well, are we on to fan theories then?
I suppose so. The rest of the rest of the fan theory, like this episode, feels weak with the fan theories.
Really?
Yeah, like I think it's just because like this episode is just setting up so much for the next episode.
Second one.
Yeah, so like the next episode, there are so many fan theories.
So many.
Ooh.
And they are all so good.
So what you're saying is we need to have a ton of time built in for next week.
Oh, yes, please come back next week and listen to all these fan theories. Because the people of Reddit, they're so good. And
I feel like we could, depending on Brandi, if you are going to talk about this certain one, but I feel like we've kind of already alluded to like UA and what UA is, that I feel like you could talk about that one.
Well, I was gonna save it for next week, but we could go ahead and talk about it just because there are so many, and it does kind of tie into another fan theory. So I assume that you're talking about this one fan theory, but we don't know. So we'll just go into it. So the rest of the fan theories, if you guys are still with us, I don't know, pertains to.
There are people.
No, it wasn't so much that. It was just like, it seems like we were just like
the secret code we were having.
Yeah. So the rest of these fan theories all pertain to Katara and her bending.
Okay.
So obviously she progresses very quickly in a short amount of time. And so there's a tons of fan theories trying to explain this. The first one that I think is really interesting and very unique. It comes from Reddit, as do all of these.
Good Reddit.
So if you think back to the waterbending scroll, when they find the scroll that has a couple of waterbending techniques, Aang is very quick to pick up like the water whip, and Katara is struggling to learn it. And then here in this episode, we have kind of the reversal. Katara progresses really easily, and Aang just wants to like play in the snow or whatever. And so the reason why somebody thinks this is because Katara just simply didn't know how to read. Like he didn't know how to read the waterbending scroll, because in her tribe, like she was mostly just like cooking or sewing or gathering food here and there, and like she didn't have an opportunity maybe to learn how to read,
so
or really the need to read.
So you're saying just reading in general and not like reading the poses and stuff? And
yeah, like reading in general, because there was like text on the scroll, and like like there were images, but like I think the text kind of explained more of the technique. And so Aang, who is from the air temples, what did they do? They probably read a lot, because they would read, the philosophies of airbenders before and traveled the world and read this and read that. So Aang is just very proficient at reading and could read the whole scroll, whereas Katara, maybe she knew how to read a little bit, but not a whole lot. And so then once she finds like an actual master who can more easily explain the techniques verbally, she picks it up like it's nothing, because you know.
She's
Whereas,
a visual learner, not just a book learner.
yeah, something kind of like that. So I feel like that theory is like I feel like that's right up there with Katara shouldn't know how to open doors.
Doors. And I was gonna tell you, Katie, you need to highlight Rapunzel's about rewatching the series.
Yes.
I feel like she does read stuff though, because like
in season 1.
But yeah,
I think she does read, and like the next thing was that like the theory was basically saying that like, oh well, nobody in the Southern Water Tribe could really read, but it was like Sokka can read maps really well.
Yeah, that's like I was thinking of like maps, and because I feel like
it kind of debunks it,
like the whole fire flakes, hot, duh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like she has read stuff.
True.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and watch now. And also, I completely forgot about this quote or this thing when Iroh is telling Zuko that he's trying to capture an octopus and that it will slip through any tiny hole in the net. Aang is definitely an octopus. He even embodies one when it says water bending at one point. I feel like that might be a callback. And also, this actually is a good point. Does Zhao mean let's write history or let's write history?
We would have to bring up like the script for the show.
Netflix. I'm going to put on the closed caption and I'm going to see.
Oh my gosh, you're absolutely right. Let me do the exact same.
I feel like it's definitely the WR. I feel like he's like let's create the next chapter of the history books, because the history books so far up until here, the major thing is the genocide of the Air Nation. Let's get that new chapter going, guys.
I think that's what he's saying too. And also, like, you have to think about, so like Fire Nation, they use a lot of like propaganda and stuff to like teach the younger generation that, you know, war is the right way to do stuff or whatever. And like Zhao has definitely grown up in that era of reading about like the air nomad genocide and how it was like the greatest thing and like Fire Nation history and stuff like that. So I feel like he too is like looking to be the person that future Fire Nation. Sorry, I'm trying to find this scene. Future.
And it could be from the second one.
Is it?
No, I'm pretty sure it's from this. There it is. Wait. Go back. Come on. I think you're there. This will truly be one for... Oh, no, that's a history book reference. Nope, I'm an idiot. Can't find it. Wait, maybe it's here?
Maybe it is in the second one.
Because we have Zhao voiceover. This will truly be one for the history books, General Iroh. Cuts to Zhao and Iroh standing on deck. Just think, centuries from now, people will study the great Admiral Zhao, who destroyed the last of the Water Tribe's civilization. You're lucky you're here to see it. And then Iroh, be careful what you wish for, Admiral. History is not always kind to its subjects.
Gosh, we're on the hunt now.
We really are. Maybe he does say it. Oh.
Okay. Zhao, it's daybreak at last.
Yes, it is WRIT. Yeah. I just found it.
Yeah.
Okay. We all found it at the same time.
I realized I didn't write history correctly. I put an O instead of a Y at the end.
Histero.
Yes, you were right, Rapunzel. So, not yo bad. You're good. And yeah, true, closed captions aren't entirely reliable, but still cool. I mean, he could be a time traveler and he's trying to write history by putting right what once went wrong and destroying the Water Nation. And now it's Quantum Leap.
Not spectacular.
Scott Bakula just shows up.
He's just it's an animated Bakula in the style of Avatar anime.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know I needed that until now.
I was just saying, Brianna, you do not understand Katie's infatuation with Bakula. Like,
I mean, with the last name Bakula, how can you not?
No, like but like you do not know how many rants I listened to while we were in school about this man.
When we did our
That's
Santa
amazing.
gift exchange, it wasn't a name tag on my present. It was just a picture of Scott Bakula. Brandi, bravo for that one,
I
too.
forgot I did that.
That was one of the... I think I still have the
print it
bag
out
with the
with
tag
the
on it.
I forgot I did that. Oh my
It was
gosh.
one of the $2 that the school gives you to print off stuff.
Yes, I used my printing allowance to just print out a picture of Bakula and put it on her gift instead of a name tag.
Fantastic.
How did I forget that?
And yes, it is a belated birthday to the Count himself. Oh my gosh. Those are the good times. Such good times.
Beautiful. All right, on to the next one.
Onward.
So, the next theory is that just like being close to the Avatar and spending an extended amount of time like increases your bending.
Oh.
And so like we see it with like a lot of people. So like a lot of people who like we'll call it the Avatar gang or Avatar crew, if you will. You know, the
Gang
Avatar
with
obviously.
2 A's.
Yes. Or crew with a K if you're Korra. You see that the people that surround the Avatar are usually very powerful benders, or they at least evolve into that. So you definitely see that with Katara, because she's obviously able to master waterbending very quickly. You know, Toph was already a really good earthbender. But you know,
I feel like Bolin is a good.
Bolin is definitely like a really great one with Korra, because like you see that he was already like a pro bender and was very good at that, but then in the later seasons, he, spoiler alert in case you haven't seen Korra, he realizes that he's a lava bender, which is like one of the like rarest bending types you can have. And so, you know, maybe that's wise, because he spent a lot of time around the Avatar, and like something either like something you learn spiritually from just being around the Avatar, or like the Avatar just like emits something. Who knows?
Like, the subgroups seem to be like you have to unlock it spiritually.
Yeah.
So that would make sense.
Yeah.
I wasn't sold when you first mentioned it, but now I'm starting to think that's possible.
I'm still on the fence. Convince me.
Yeah, like I don't know. So like,
doing a great job convincing.
I'm saying that like not even myself I'm convinced, but like I think that it was still just like an interesting way to look at it. And it's not necessarily that bending is always so spiritual, because like we see a lot of earthbenders, you don't really have to be spiritual. Like you really have to be more connected to like the earth.
Korra herself is like testimony to that, you know.
True.
Exactly. So and you know, the two bending styles that are very spiritual are obviously air and water. So, you know, maybe there is a correlation. Oh. I couldn't.
Katie, you just want to end the stream now. I'd be okay with that. We're at 1 hour and 30.
Oh my gosh, we have.
I couldn't resist. No, you don't understand. I just made a commercial that where every other word in it is a like Halloween pun.
Yes, you were telling me about that one. You'll have to send it to Katie.
I'll have to send you the link to it, Katie. It is it's one of like the worst.
You know,
anyway,
I just expect the best.
It's pretty good. It looks pretty good. Like, it looks fantastic, but the script is, I don't know.
Visually a masterpiece. Auditorially horrible.
Well, I didn't write the script.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah, pawn it off. Also, side note, Rapunzel says that there's a new glam goth pick of Bolin.
Yes, it is beautiful.
I've never really looked up Avatar fan art, so we're gonna.
I shall send it to you, Katie. Yes, I had to follow that person on Instagram after Rapunzel mentioned it in the comments one time. Some of my favorite Avatar series, like fan art, comes from this creator. Wow. They also have a series where it's like the gang and the crew meeting up.
Is that Mako? Oh my god!
That is Mako. How could you forget the those eyebrows, man?
For some reason, I thought he'd have chest hair. Her too. No, just kidding.
I think the Asami one is my favorite. Oh, that Korra one's really good though.
They all work. They could be a heck of a biker gang, and she could be the Wicked Witch of the West. Like that'd be cool.
Beautiful.
Oh, okay. Well, y'all saw it here first.
Wow.
New follow. Yes. Thank you, Rapunzel, always giving us the quality content. Are there any other fan theories that we need to talk about?
All right, we'll get into the last one. This one absolutely makes no sense, but it's a very popular one, so I'm curious to see what you guys think of it. The reason why Katara is so good at waterbending, not only learning it quickly, but she obviously becomes a very, like, one of the greatest masters of all times, is because Katara was meant to be the next Avatar after Aang.
See, that's the one that I've grown up believing.
See, that's not quite the one I thought you were going to talk about, Brandi.
Well, I'll get into the one. I think I know the one that you're talking about. We'll just talk about this one.
More than one.
Okay.
Real fast. This one, I do not like.
No. Especially with the other one, like, no.
No, like, once you hear the other one, you're like, okay, yeah, that one. The only thing that I like about this theory, and I'm trying to remember if this little tidbit is a theory or if it is actually canon. And I cannot find the answer. But it's this idea that the Avatar cycle between the northern tribe and the southern tribe, they alternate. So since Kurik was from the northern water tribe, the next waterbender Avatar was going to be from the south. So the next Avatar that's a waterbender after Korra will be from the north, and like it goes back and forth. And then it also revolves between the 4 temples of the air nomads. And I can't remember if this is a fan theory or if it's actually canon. I was trying to find the answer. I couldn't.
Into the book it goes!
So, yeah, so the idea is if Aang wasn't frozen for 100 years, but lived out his full life, when Katara was born, she was meant to be the Avatar. And that's why she's so good at it.
And that could explain why Korra's so bad at it initially.
No, but Korra isn't bad at waterbending. She's very good at waterbending. She's very good.
Yeah, just like spiritually.
No, maybe. I think the reason why Korra is so bad spiritually is this fan theory and this idea that the next Avatar deals with whatever problems the Avatar before them either neglected or didn't necessarily struggle with. So like Aang had to fix the world. So Aang had to fix the world, which meant that Korra would deal not with the world, but with spirituality. And this actually happens again with Avatar Yin Chen. She, even though she was regarded as one of the more spiritual avatars, she neglected the spirit world and really focused on bringing harmony between the four nations. And so that's why she's considered like one of the best avatars, is because everybody loved her because she did so much for the people of the world. And then the avatar after Yun Chen is Kirik, and he dealt with these terrible spirits because Yun Chen neglected the spirit world. And so it's just like this cycle of whatever the avatar before them neglected, the next avatar will have a problem with. So I don't really think Aang neglected the spirit world. It was just the spirit world needed to be healed just as much as the physical world after 100 years of war. And so that was just what Korra had to deal with, because Aang was just so focused on trying to rebuild the physical world.
That makes sense.
So that's why I think Korra struggles spiritually. But no, like, Katara was not meant to be the Avatar. You cannot convince me that.
I mean, the timing, the ages work out.
That was like the next thing. So, like, you know, what, Aang would die when he was like, so your Katara is 14, which means she was born in 86. Who's doing the wrong math here?
Well, Aang at 100, it will. Wait.
85.
85
is when Katara was born.
Okay, so Katara was born in 85, which means that he would have died at 97. So yeah, like he
still would have been a very like young death in terms of an avatar, right?
You know, I don't know. So like you have, you know, Kyoshi, who lived for flippin' ever. And
stubborn to die.
Roku also lived for a while.
He did, but like I think even he died young because of, like, you know, the way that he died.
He had some more years to squeeze out of him.
Who knows? All I know is that no, Katara, you cannot convince me, because like because it's not so much like this person is set to be the next Avatar. It's just whoever is born within the nation right after the previous Avatar dies.
Yeah, whoever's lucky enough to be born at that split second.
Precisely.
So it does say Roku died at 70.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought they all had longer lifespans.
Yeah. Well, with Gyatso, you'd think like older 90s and stuff, but apparently Kyoshi only lived so long because she learned the secret of prolonged life.
She sure does. You can learn about that in the Kyoshi books. Why didn't Kyoshi pass it on? Well, she couldn't pass it on because she was dead.
Well, fair point. Write it down!
I mean, has the girl ever heard of the pen and paper?
Yeah, but like if you write it down, then it would really no longer be a secret, and then like everybody would be living up until like, you know, 400.
A very close regarded secret.
Nah, fam. Nah.
She writes
Find
it
him
down,
in the spirit world
and
then tell him
in her tomb when she dies.
Also, another little tidbit fan theory, that people think that Toph later learned that secret, and that is why Toph lives to be so long and, you know, light on her feet in Legends of Korra. Anyways, the last fan theory that I think this is the one that Brianna has been alluding to this entire time is that no, Katara, it wasn't supposed to be the Avatar because Yue was supposed to be the Avatar, and that is why Yue is born asleep. And she won't wake up because she doesn't have Rava in her.
That one to me just makes
the most sense.
It does make more sense than Katara.
It explains everything. Like, to me, if for whatever reason I was told what theory would you want to actually be canon, it would be a toss between Ty Lee being a descendant of the Air Nation or Yue being the next Avatar, and that's why she needed those spirits.
Yeah.
Oh yes, because she's replacing one spirit with another.
Mm-hmm.
So that
and we could also take this a step further and say that yes, Yue was supposed to be the next Avatar, and since she didn't become the next Avatar, Korra became the next Avatar. And the only reason why Korra became the next Avatar is because Yue didn't. And the reason why Korra struggles spiritually so much is because she wasn't meant to be the Avatar. Because in her day and age, it really should have been like an Earthbender or a Firebender that was supposed to be the Avatar.
Oh, and that could be why she excels so much at firebending.
Who knows? Like this could get real deep real fast.
You could draw a nice little blue arrow and boom. Although
she wouldn't need an arrow because she's not. But I like the thought.
Yeah. It's exhausting thinking. I like it. That you've convinced me away from thinking Katara was supposed to be the Avatar, and
no, Katara was never supposed to be the Avatar.
I'll accept the Yue. That is an acceptable.
The only thing, and again, I wish you could remember if this was a fan theory or if it's canon, is that if the Avatar cycle does alternate between North and South, then no, Yue couldn't be the Avatar because she's from the Northern Water Tribe.
Exactly. I feel like we really need to figure out that.
I wish I could remember if it was something that said in like the Kyoshi books or something else. I don't know, and I don't know where this thought even came from.
To hark back to if Korra was supposed to have been an earth or a fire, this is like a graphical breakdown of their most used elements throughout their respective seasons, and Korra uses fire like it's her most used.
Wow.
So I feel like that does kind of add to the theory, the headcanon of Korra really should have been an earth or a fire.
Also, holy crap, someone had to sit and count all of this?
Hey, you know what? We love nerds that have too much time on their hands.
That's not too much time. That's an obsession.
Hey, you could choose to put a negative label on it if you want. That's your choice.
That's incredible.
The only thing that I don't like is that the graphs are two different sizes.
Yeah, it's poor drawing, but they did get one extra season.
True.
I guess, but no, I don't know. It still bothers me.
I heard a big thud, and I'm really hoping Radar didn't just run into the dishwasher.
Why the dishwasher? Why not just like another cabinet?
Because he runs into the dishwasher more than anything else. I don't know why. I think he sees his reflection in it.
I was just say, is your dishwasher like stainless steel?
It's like a shiny black.
Okay.
Plastic thing.
No, I know. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I think
you could still get a reflection out of.
He survived it before.
I think what's interesting about this graph to me is how little bending Korra does in every season. Like in season 1, it seems like she's bending quite a lot, and then the next seasons afterwards, like dramatically, just
it drops off
down.
Well,
no, it makes sense for like season 4, but like I would still think season 2 and season 3 she would still be
cranking it out.
Interesting.
Well, that is a fascinating thing. Oh gosh, I've blurred. Help.
You can do it.
Right here, camera.
You can do it.
Come on.
Yep.
Come on, camera.
Yep. You got it.
There we go.
Yep.
Okay.
Katie, you're now a technology bender.
Yes. I would take that. But if that is the last fan theory, I have one piece of fan art because most of them are from part 2. But this one, I really, really liked. How cool is this?
My
That
gosh.
one is amazing.
Can we also just take this moment to appreciate the fight that they have?
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Just they
Every
finally get
day.
to just go off on each other. I love it.
If I knew how to make fan cams, Brandi, I'd make a fan cam of this fight for you.
Yes. Not looking at my side folder that's labeled fan cams. No, it's such a good fight, and it shows, the intensity of both of them. Zuko's so intense because this is his goal. This is what he needs to do. And for
that, and like he's so close. Like this is the closest that he's ever come.
What was the last battle that the two of them had? I don't remember.
The last?
I think they had a one-on-one before.
I think the last battle that they'll have is in Ba Sing Se.
Okay, because it's just Zuko made some comment towards like, you're confident
sorry.
now,
You meant
or something like
that. You meant the battle that they had before this, not the last battle they ever have in the series. I'm so sorry.
It would have been the pirate episode.
No, right? Because I don't think so.
It's not Bato, is it?
No, because he really just fights Aang. Because like she's paralyzed for most of it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You little peasant. You found yourself a master, didn't you? Love that delivery by Dante. Mwah.
Yeah.
But yes, the intensity that they capture, and like just Zuko's way of being like, I'm so close to my goal, and Katara's like, my goal and purpose right now is to protect Aang. So they both have the same ferocity. It's just
Yeah, but like she, like when it's still nighttime, like Zuko really does not have much of a chance, and like I think you see, like you see like a lot of like Paku, obviously because that's who has taught Katara, but like you just see like that level of almost like ferocity. Ferocity, but like also just like you're not gonna win this, so just stop.
Just sit in the corner and stay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh goodness. And yes, for anyone who is interested, this is by Fofafa. Interesting name, but also just amazing skill. So shout out to Fofafa if you're out there. But that's it, guys. We have the final episode of season 1 coming up next. We've already gotten through season 1. It only took us a year, but
hey, that is world record pace. Considering I think you guys are the first Avatar podcast.
Yes.
So you guys are trendsetters. You guys are paving.
We're not the first one by any means.
You guys aren't?
First Order of the Blue Lotus?
No, there's like some that came out like years ago. Oh. We're not the first. No, we're probably just the most disorganized.
Yes, that's the brand. Oh, and Rapunzel, thank you so much. Yes, Petrichor got me a nom. I just wish it would have gotten me a win, but it didn't. Now I'm sad.
Hey,
but I'm gonna try again next year.
I mean, how many people?
You can still brag Emmy nominee, like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how many people can be like, I'm Emmy nominated?
True.
You're the only one in this group.
Movies get by with just Emmy nominated in it, so you'll be fine.
Next year I'm gonna win, and I know how I'm going to win. I'm interviewing Ginger Z potentially, so I can win.
There you go.
Competitive. But thank you, Rapunzel, and thank you to everyone who's tuned in throughout the entire night. We had Shadowcat, we had Kylo Tim, we had Louise X Sparrow, and Bree and Brandi, just amazing co-hosts. You guys are great, and your hair, again, fabulous. Same for you, Brandi. That tight bun, looking great for you.
Hey, you know what? It took me almost all day.
Yeah.
Well, we're really got the sideburns down too. That would have set me back a couple days figure
Yeah.
this out.
You know what? Yeah. I show up. That's all I got.
I love it. And yes, Emmy nominated shows up on resumes, so it's street cred. I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean,
Gotta
like,
move
I'm
on.
definitely intimidated, so you know.
Oh, we can work together, and then we can both get an Emmy.
Yeah, okay.
I was gonna say that's a you two thing. That's not me.
You can check our spelling.
Sure,
Hey,
sure.
and
You're the college
Lord
person.
knows I need someone to check my spelling.
Well, so long as you don't draft it over lunch break, you should be fine.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
I can't make any promises for me.
Nope.
Oh
All
gosh.
the time
Well, I
is
should probably go
lunchtime.
check and make sure Radar didn't dent the washing machine. Hi. Okay, he's good. He's standing upright, so we're fine. But I have a second one. Where's Doc?
Oh no.
Okay, so go make sure that
Go
the
make sure
kitten is
Doc
good.
Please don't call
still
Kitty
alive,
CPS.
please.
Okay, I'm gonna go check on her. Brandi, are you free next week?
Yes. And
Guess
I'm
what?
gonna.
I am
You're
too.
not. Oh, okay. I was like, oh, but you gotta be free next week because I'm not free the following week.
No. Okay, yeah, no. I'm free next week. We're good to go. And Bree,
Okay.
as always, you're always welcome.
We'll see. That's the first day back to classes for me.
Ugh. Yeah. Well, good luck with that.
Thank you.
We're free. And I am outnumbered by cats. Oh, thank you so much, Louise X Sparrow. Thank you, Rapunzel. Thank you, everyone. And apparently, we'll be back next week. Bye, everyone.